Hi, how's it going? So on October 12th, 2018, I did my very first Twitch stream. And now 2 years later, I want to share some of the things that I've learned along the way. And hopefully some of this advice might help some of you guys out there get started in streaming or just content creation in general. Like, I don't know, like, comment, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to jump into it, okay? Here are 11 things that I learned after streaming for 2 years. Number 1, you only need the basics to get started. Like, you don't need the most expensive equipment, the craziest overlays. You don't need rainbow lights. You don't need like a crazy background or anything like that. All you really need is a decent microphone. You need a functioning computer. You need a decent camera or webcam. And of course, a program to, stream with. It's also ideal if you have like your page set up. Like if you have your Twitch page, have like an about me, have your schedule set up, and have a donation link. How in the world is Mr. Beast gonna donate to you if you don't even have a donation link? It's not gonna happen, okay? It's not gonna happen. Once you've actually had a go at it, once you've actually started streaming and making content, then once you make a little bit of money and you've saved up, then you can upgrade to something better. Some, recommendations for starting equipment. I can give you guys the recommendations that I started out with. So like for my microphone, I started out with a Blue Yeti, of course. That's like the most famous one. So I also have this Fi-Fine mic, which is like $50. And this is my backup microphone. It's pretty good for $50, okay? So if you're a little strapped for change, I mean, it's not a bad idea. I would get like a, get yourself like a windbreaker or something like that, or a pop filter to put in front of it so that people don't hear all your stuff like that, okay? Basically, whatever mic you end up picking, just don't do like your headset mic so you sound like some 14-year-old playing Call of Duty. Okay, please don't have that kind of audio where people can hear your every single breath. Nothing turns people off from a stream faster than bad audio, okay? And get yourself a decent computer. Now, I will say that out of everything that I upgraded, my computer was the first one. Because when I started streaming, I was using my 6-year-old desktop that I had used all the way through college. And while it worked, the graphic settings made it difficult. It made it difficult for it to stream for long periods of time. It got hot really quickly. So, I did have to upgrade my computer after saving a while. But, to get started, just use what you have. And of course, a decent camera or webcam. Now, this one has a little bit of a caveat. I know some people, they don't use a camera or a webcam when they stream. There are famous streamers out there where they're just a personality, where they're just a picture, or they're just a voice, So if you are uncomfortable being on camera, that's totally an option. I will say that if you are serious about this and you really want to get big, there is a huge advantage to being an on-camera personality. I started out with a Logitech C920, and that's the one I still currently use. So, I'll probably have to upgrade my camera eventually, but right now it's totally functioning. It looks okay, right? I hope it does. Find whatever webcam that you can afford and works for you. And then for programs, I use Streamlabs OBS. I just find the entire interface of Streamlabs OBS super easy to use, and it was super easy for me to figure out and set up. And I also know people that use Stream Elements. Stream Elements tends to be a little bit more complicated, but I hear you can do a lot of cool things with Stream Elements. So whichever program you decide to use, these are the recommendations. Number 2, you are not special. Do I have your attention now? Okay, so did I hurt your feelings? Did I hurt your feelings? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There are no shortcuts. Okay? There are no shortcuts. This is a marathon. If you are serious about wanting to become a content creator, whether it's streaming or whether it's being a YouTuber, do not think that you can post one video or even 6 videos or even 10 videos and you'll just blow up and be famous, okay? You need to stream several times a week regularly for a long time. for you to see some growth. I'm not saying that there aren't people that blow up quickly, but do not assume that you are special, okay? Assume that you are going to be one of those people that are going to be in this for the long run, whether that takes months or honestly, more likely years of you creating content regularly and figuring out what your niche is, what is special about you, and what people like about you. And make videos and create content around that. And then you will start to see growth. Very few people that are like at the top of the platform showed up like a month ago. Okay. And even if we think of like Ninja, he's been at this for like 8 years. Okay. PewDiePie, he's been at this for 10 years. And they have to continuously provide content so that they don't lose their spot. You have to develop that mindset that you got to do this regularly, okay? And again, it's not that you can't take breaks, but you're in this for the long haul, okay? Number 3, if you want to continue improving your content, you need to watch other people's content, okay? You need to be a part of the culture of the platform you plan to make content on. You can't just hide in your tiny little corner of the internet and just ignore everybody else and just hope people will find you. No, you need to see the trends. You need to glean ideas from other people and other creators. You need to keep your content fresh, and you need to see what's interesting and new and not just be the same thing forever. Like, for example, Let's Plays. Let's Plays used to be super popular like 5 years ago, like 6, 7, 8 years ago. Okay, they used to be all the rage. But imagine if all of the people that you got famous off of that never changed. They just did that regularly. Sure, they still might, be big, but I think what makes some of the top creators most interesting is that they adapt. And that's something that you need to figure out how to do. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not a master at this. I am still trying to learn to adapt myself. But that's something that all creators need to learn. You also kind of need to see your own competition, okay? For YouTube, it's not a direct competition. If somebody sees a YouTube video, they can just watch your YouTube video right after. But for Twitch, there is a little bit of direct competition because you are fighting for live viewers. Even if, people might have you as a tab in the background, people can only interact with so many chats. So yeah, you need to keep an eye out. Okay. Number 4, you need to seek and create your own opportunities. You can't wait for other people to raid you. You can't wait for someone else to give you a shout out. You can't wait for someone to ask to collab with you or do something else. You can't wait for other people to do things for you to grow. Okay. Now, I know a lot of people are going to hear this and be like, but Nola, it's funny you say that. How hypocritical. Because weren't you a Jubilee shout out and a PewDiePie shout out? Isn't that how you grow your channel? Listen, I was creating content before those things happened. And then you also have to think, how did I get to be in a Jubilee video? How did PewDiePie ever even learn of me to, give me a shout out? Did you think about that? Like, I didn't just get a call from Jubilee being like, hey, hi, we're Jubilee. I know you're this unknown creator with like 250 followers on Twitch, but you know what? We want to feature you on our show. And then the biggest creator on the YouTubies, they will give you a shout out, giving you thousands of followers. Would you like to sign the dotted line and be a part of our show? Like, they didn't do that. I had to pursue them and sign up for their email lists and sign up for their casting calls and submit, to things that I fit for. And actually, after submitting my application, which is like a 2-page long thing, I had to do well in the interview. So I did my interview in China. I wasn't even in the same country at the time. I was on the other side of the planet. And then after completing my interview, I had to officially be cast. And then I had to sign all the paperwork and make sure that I could be there at the right time and place. And then after being there physically at the show, I had to do well. Thinking about it, everything could have gone perfectly according to plan. But what if finally at the recording of the Jubilee episode, what if I was wrong about the mole? Can you imagine how horrible that would have been for me? People would have, like, instead of people praising me, people would have hated me. People would have thought I was so rude and mean and stuck up, and they would have called me all these awful things. I risked my reputation doing that, to be brave, to, take the initiative, to try to, get the job done. It could have been the end of everything. Okay. If I had been wrong, I would not have gotten that PewDiePie shout out. Okay, this went on a little bit of a tangent, but basically I'm saying that you need to go out there and pursue opportunities yourself, okay? And even if there is a little bit of risk involved, if you want growth, sometimes you got to do it. You got to go out there and put yourself out there. Because if no one knows who you are, how are people going to find you? Okay. Number 5, strike the iron while it is hot. Okay. Don't wait if you can help it. You need to keep on the lookout for opportunities and you need to pursue them. Like, for example, when Jubilee finally released their video for, the Odd Man Out episode, I made my reaction video minutes after they had posted. Okay. Once I found that they had released their video, I got on top of it to try to capitalize on the hype, because also with YouTube, I wanted the algorithm to match their video with my video. And it kind of worked because a lot of the time people will watch the original Jubilee video and then in the recommended videos, mine will show up. And the same thing with the PewDiePie video. When he created his video, I made my reaction video 2 hours later. That is actually my most viewed video on my entire channel. It has over 1 million views. And that was also the video that PewDiePie posted to his own channel. And I'm still super grateful about that. But yeah, because I had the initiative to strike the iron while it was hot, I was able to reap the most benefits out of it. This can also kind of apply to any, topic that's hot on the internet, okay? I'm not saying you need to be a drama channel because, that's what they do, is they talk about the hottest drama, but like, you guys know what I mean, okay? If Among Us is popular, try to capitalize on that, okay? If Happy Wheels is somehow popular again, why did I say Happy Wheels? No one plays that game. Insert name of popular game. What is it? Genshin Impact? Genshin Impact is popular. Do something with that, okay? You guys know what I mean, okay? I'm not gonna explain it anymore. Number 6, knowledge is power. Use your numbers to improve and adapt. I kind of don't like the advice that numbers aren't important. Just ignore the numbers and just do what your heart desires. Like, I don't know. I mean, if something is working, then great. But if something's not working, numbers and analytics can help tell you that. And you can learn to adapt and you can learn to improve so that your next post is better. I know where the, like, do what your heart desires. I know where that advice comes from. Okay. Like, be careful. It's very easy to become obsessed with the numbers and feel let down if your viewership goes down. I don't know. This is something that every content creator will have to struggle with at some point. But eventually you have to learn to analyze your own content in a healthy mindset and just look at your numbers and be constructive and go with the mindset of wanting to improve and wanting to be better instead of just being sad. And if your first idea doesn't work, then, keep trying and eventually you'll figure it out. I'm still trying to figure it out. The YouTube algorithm is a very mysterious thing. Number 7, do not be afraid of the ban button. Listen, don't be ban crazy, okay? Don't ban everybody like that you don't like or disagrees with you or something like that. Okay, don't just be like, you get a ban. You get a ban. You said something I don't like. banned. Like, don't be like that, okay? But sometimes it is better to ban someone than to allow them to make your audience feel uncomfortable, and they can alienate new viewers as well. Like, this is something I struggled with in the beginning of my career because I didn't want to ban people because I only had like 2 people to ban. I only had 2 people in the first place. So I didn't want to ban them. And this is something I had to learn. If you only have 1 viewer and they're being toxic, they're gatekeeping your channel. If they're talking toxic things and you're just allowing them to, new people that try to show up to your channel, they're going to look at that, and I don't know, the majority of people are not going to want to deal with that. They're not going to want to enter a conversation with a troll. They don't want to enter a conversation with like a toxic person because they feel uncomfortable. They don't know you. You got like 2 followers anyway. They might just dip out and leave. So it's better to deal with people that are like bullying you and people that are toxic to you than to let them stay there and prevent new people from showing up. So figure out what you are comfortable with and make rules. And if people break those rules, you need to put your foot down and you need to enforce them, okay? Eventually, if you grow enough, you can get your mods to do this for you. But in the beginning, you need to have that discipline yourself. Number 8, don't develop an ego. Always stay grateful and humble, no matter how big or small you are. This isn't something that I'm struggling a ton with, I hope. But this is something that I've watched happen to a lot of other big creators online in the past 2 years, where, the more you grow, the easier it is for you to develop an ego and just sit on your laurels and think that you're indestructible, that no matter what you do, you'll always continue growing and you're unstoppable. You can do no wrong. There are people that develop that kind of mindset. And with that, they can also start looking down on other people that have like less followers and less success. That's something that, you want to be careful for, because you don't ever want to think that you are above other people. You don't ever want to think that you are better than other people, because first of all, things can always change. Okay. You never know if that person's just going to blow up and be huge and successful. Okay. And now you have beef. One wrong move and you can lose everything. Okay. People get canceled all the time. Okay. Even the biggest creators can lose everything because the mistakes that they've made catch up to them. If you want examples, just look up every YouTube apology video there is, okay? Some of those people are still around. Some of those people are not as successful as they used to be. And some of those people, their channels have died. So, I guess I should throw this in here really quick. Please don't beg people for views or money. Please don't like guilt trip your audience into supporting you.
$5 a month.
Because that's cringe. Number 9, work smart, not more. You don't need to stream 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, okay? Just because, a lot of the big streamers, they can do that, but they can afford to do that, and they choose to do that. It does not mean that you need to as well, okay? You need to make the most out of your time, okay? I mean, unless you're rich and you can afford to just do whatever the heck you want. But if you're a person like me that, needs a job to survive, you need to recognize what needs the most work. You need to, make sure you have your survival job. Please don't quit your job for content creation unless your content creation can actually support you. If you're a streamer, of course, stream maybe a few times a week. Several hours a stream. Like, that's what I do. I stream four times a week, and each stream is around 3 to like 4 or 5 hours. It kind of depends, but that's my schedule. And I find that to be both very effective because, it's often enough that people will always remember you, but it's not so often that I get tired and stuff like that. Number 10, you need another platform to grow on if you want to be a Twitch streamer. Like, okay, I love Twitch and all. Twitch, I think, is a platform that I prefer to stream on just because the platform is so easy to use. I like the community that I've built on Twitch. However, one of the downsides to Twitch is that it has no discoverability, okay? There is no YouTube algorithm that is going to recommend you to, new users. It's not going to do that, okay? What you need to do is you need to find another platform to grow on and then lead those people over to your Twitch stream, because Twitch will not do that for you. For example, I streamed on Twitch for 1.5 years, and through grinding like hours and hours a week, I went from 0 followers to 250 followers in 1.5 years. And then after the whole thing with Jubilee and the PewDiePie thing, after all that blew up on YouTube and I started making YouTube videos, I went from 250 followers to 850 followers with the first wave. And then the next wave after that with PewDiePie, I jumped to 3,000 followers. And then right now, I am just short of 6,000 after 9 months. So in 9 months, I grew thousands of followers, whereas in 1.5 years, I only got 250. And you need a backup too, in case any site goes down or something goes wrong, or something happens and you get deleted or whatever. Who knows? I know a lot of people, they have either a Twitter account or they also have a YouTube channel. I mean, that's the most popular, or an Instagram. And I'm not saying you should get all three. Like, I have all three, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't use all three very equally. Pick one backup that you can dedicate your time to, okay? And finally, number 11. If you cannot take critique, you should not be a face on the internet. As you grow, more people will scrutinize your behavior. More people will notice things about you, and you need to be able to discern when someone is giving you like just a mean comment, or when someone is giving you, genuine critique and advice. And if you are the kind of person that takes any kind of negative comment personally, and you feel like you're being personally attacked, and any little negative comment will like hurt you, you're not going to survive very long. Not going to lie. It's going to affect you so badly mentally. You're probably going to do something you're going to regret, or you're just going to leave the platform, and that's probably the best case scenario. You need to develop thick skin. You need to guard your heart, and don't take things at face value. If someone is being mean, then, there's trolls exist, of course. But if someone is giving you advice, take it into consideration and really analyze whether it's something that will genuinely help you in the future and help you become a better content creator overall. So anyway, thank you so much for watching my video. If you guys enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe, bam, 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 bam. Sometimes I stream on Twitch. So if you want to follow on Twitch too, that'd be cool. Okay, bye.